schools! Save our 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 schools!
Last year, the community got together, led by Councilmember Brewer and the broad community, to establish the Frank McCourt High School in the Brandeis building. They asked for 800 seats. They got 400 seats. Nevertheless, we were very, very happy about the alternatives because D60 doesn't have that many high school alternatives. We're very fearful at this point that Frank McCourt and the 3 other schools in there that have just started are going to be squeezed. I'm going to bring up right now Lisa Steglish, who is the PA president at Frank McCourt.
We oppose the co-location of Success Charter at Brandeis campus for 3 main reasons. It takes away needed high school seats in District 3. It inappropriately places kindergarten children in a population of high school students, and it will waste $500,000 in retrofitting the cafeteria. In a time of tight budgets, that money could and should be spent on other things. Thank you.
Councilmember Dickens. Due to the potential loss of academic and cultural enrichment programs in functional public schools, Councilmember Inez E. Dickens has repeatedly opposed co-location plans mapped by DOE in partnership with Harlem Success Academy. The councilmember feels this co-location blueprint displaces students and denies them equitable access to science lab, computer lab, and perhaps dance and art studio space. Therefore, the students become disenfranchised. The council member is not opposed to charter schools and works with other charter schools in her district. Unfortunately, she cannot support the Harlem Success co-location blueprint model that is now being renamed the Upper West Success Charter.
If we're going to repurpose seats, we should first and foremost repurpose them for the people who are struggling with overcrowding in this district. It's as simple as it seems. This charter school, unless it traduces those who gave it its charter, will not be able to meet those needs. Secondly, it's also as simple as it seems. Putting kindergartners as young as 5 years old in close proximity with a wide range of high school age groups as old as 20, it just doesn't make sense. Community Board 7 is not pro or against charter. As Noah said, many of my colleagues on the board are proud supporters and teachers in charter schools, and they are happy to do so, but they're also happy to support the resolution that we passed unanimously opposing co-location for these reasons. There are a lot of folks here who can tell you the specifics of it, but we're glad to stand with them. Thanks very much.
Success Charter, which wants to get in Brandeis, has a history of terrible relations at District 3. It's not just co-locating another school. It's not just co-locating another elementary school. This is a school and a structure that unfortunately squeezes out, segregates on an unequal basis, and diminishes the kids in our schools. That is an issue with Success Charter, and that is what we're trying to prevent here. We have that experience, unfortunately. I'm going to call up Sonia Hampton, who is the PA president at 149, which is a tenant with Success Charter.
Tell you what happened to me. Now, my school is PS1, MS 149, but we have 811 at 149. That's a special needs school. Well, charter school came in, and they took the whole 2 top floors from my 811 special needs children. All right, you know they wound up on a bus ride all the way around the city. But the ones that's left in my school, they get off the bus on 18th Street, and they walk all the way to the 17th Street side to the 2nd floor. Don't let charter schools in your building. Not only that, I used to have 2 grades of each. I only have 1 8th grade. I have 1 7th grade. I have 1 6th grade. But mind you, I have 2 pre-Ks, 2 kindergarten. See, so DOE be talking about enrollment. Somehow my babies just keep on coming. So if they stay in the building, answer me this. Where would they go? How would they fit? Okay, now let me tell you what else we use. Now in my school, we have a beautiful music teacher. We have violins, we have drums, we have keyboards. Guess where they're at? They're in the closet. Because we can't use them. There is no space. Now I have 2 gyms in my school, but my children don't use the main gym. They use the gym that looks like a box with no windows, no nothing. You understand? Then they sit there out the window and look at child school playing in the snow. We can't go in the snow. Stop the squeeze. Yeah. My son is in the 4th grade. Last year he was in the 3rd grade. Of course, it was a bathroom on the 3rd floor, but he could not use that bathroom because that was charter school remodel bathroom. Remember, my bathrooms didn't get remodeled. So my son have to go downstairs to the 2nd floor bathroom. Do you know how much educational time that is a week? Time it. So don't let charter school in your building. They're not for you. They're not going to work with you. They make your principal nervous. They make everybody start arguing with each other because it's a fight. It's tension. Where we going to go? It's raining outside. We can't go here. There is no space. Help us. Y'all don't let them in and help them get them out of my building. Thank you.
The fact that our children have gone down into the basement. 3 rooms that were not good enough for Harlem Success students were good enough for our kiddos. We have lost space, we have lost equitable space. We don't have enough space to have related services. Our guidance counselor works in a closet. Our related services are often in the hallway. We just don't have the space. More importantly is the squeeze though. Forget the academic squeeze. Forget the inability to have our music classes, which are gone, to have our art studio, which was taken away while Harlem Success has extra science labs and a dance studio. But our kids don't need that. The squeeze of the enrollment is the worst part. Our pre-K is no longer. It's not necessary because it takes space away from Harlem Success. Our community needs pre-K. Harlem needs pre-K, and we are losing our pre-Ks in order to give space to charters and co-locations. In addition, in District 3, that needs space, our middle school, which provided much needed seats for middle school kids, especially many of whom are not welcome in other middle schools because they've been kicked out, we afforded them a place, a safe place and a good place to get an education. Our middle school has been phased out, deemed unnecessary, and solely to give space to Harlem Success. They do not work together. They take what they want. They come in partnership with the Department of Ed and say, this is what's going down. There is no school council, building council, where you discuss and you try and work. They will come into this building and they will take over. They will take what they want. They lie about the numbers. They brought in 50 extra kindergarten students that were not allowed on their charter. 50 extra students were brought into the building, which of course means more space for them, less for us.
A teacher from 123, Ernestine Augustus.
Co-locating is not good. They need to fix our schools and stop depriving our special ed kids of their needs. Our related services are serviced in the auditorium. We lost our computer lab. They have 2 science labs, and they don't have any kids that have the science test. We don't have a science lab. And when I asked about the space on the charter school side, they don't have a formula of how they figure out how the space will be given. She comes in and she chooses which room she wants. And we are, like 241, we were squeezed down into the basement. Thank you.
But what troubles me the most is that Community Board 7 voted 40-0 against this co-location. The CEC voted unanimously against this co-location. Every single politician, Gail and everybody else, is opposed adamantly to this co-location. You're hearing the reasons why. What troubles me is, where is democracy? So the DOE, right, that's right. It is on Wall Street. So it's unanimous across the board. Parents, teachers, students, politicians, everybody. And yet the DOE is doing what they want to do.
I want you guys to know, don't let charter school in your building, because if you do, you're going to have chaos.